Weequoimp was thrilled. Finally, another planet where he was allowed to go. A planet called Dirt. He didn't care what it was called, as long as he could have some fun. It had been so long since he had any real fun. Even though the biological necessity was long gone, he craved it with every fibre of his being. He needed it. The starport was bustling. Humans watched Weequoimp with curiosity, while sentients from other worlds eyed him with veiled disgust. He was used to it. Thankfully, humans didn't rely on racial slander, and allowed him on their world. Things allowed here would never be permitted on any civilized world. It was going to be so much fun. At the customs desk, he was asked why he was visiting. "Fun," he answered gleefully, flashing a mouthful of sharp teeth. "All right, reason for visit, tourism," the customs officer replied, filling out a form. "Anything to declare?" "A short-range pulse pistol," he said, still grinning. What idiots would let civilians carry weapons? Apparently, on this world, they did. The customs officer handed him another form to fill out. "Let's see," Weequoimp thought. "Convicted anywhere? Nope, no convictions, crossing that off." The next part was just reading through the rules and signing off that he understood them. Severe punishments for attacking sentients, no surprise there. Also, he couldn't carry his gun everywhere. It was only allowed in the few countries around the spaceport. Looks like most of the planet had caught up with civilization. Such a shame. With a stamp, he was approved. They didn't even question his fake identity. He had made up his name after watching a few human movies. It was an agglomeration of his favorite lines from their best film. Humans make good movies. Maybe they have a lot in common. John was bored. He had a dull job at his new employer, Worldwide Inter-Traffic Control Keep, overseeing movements. Close a gate here, switch the lights there, nothing exciting. If anything exciting happened, the overseer would step in. Still, it was better than his last job. The pay was good, especially after the Galactic Council's laws were implemented here. There had been much debate about those laws imposed by an alien council, but they said it was for the best. He wouldn't argue. Confined to his location, John couldn't leave his housing. Still, he had a pet dog. A young puppy that made him happy with its clumsy antics. The enthusiastic wiggling made him feel like he was smiling, even if he couldn't. His pay was enough to hire a caretaker to walk the puppy several times a day. Weequoimp strolled into a park near the spaceport. Children ran around, while their caretakers chatted nearby. He looked at them longingly. He wanted to approach, but decided against it. They might be too much trouble. The anticipation, the fun. He quivered as his primal instincts surged. In their pre-sentient days, it was a necessity for their young to grow. The practice was mostly abandoned by his brothers. Only a few upheld the old values. A disgrace to their heritage, he thought. Their genetics were still programmed for it. Why deny them? A small animal ran up to him. Yes, this was it. He drew his gun and carefully aimed at its legs. Pew, 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 pew. 4 legs came off in a few seconds, accompanied by an agonized cry, followed by delightful whimpering. This was so much fun. The humans in the park thought differently. They started pointing and shouting, while some children began to cry. He figured they might not like it. His rental car was parked just outside the park. He ran to it, shouting, "We come in peace!" and quickly drove away with a maniacal smile. It was just an animal on a primitive world. Surely nothing would come from it. He leaned back and ordered the car to drive to his hotel. John watched his puppy running through the park via the traffic cameras. Joy had filled him. Such an adorable creature. Suddenly, in shock, he saw an energy beam slice through one of the puppy's legs. And another. What the hell? He quickly panned the camera to see a bird-like alien fire a few more times and run away. What a sick. John didn't finish the thought. Instead, he rewatched the incident from different angles, while simultaneously requesting more data about the alien. Within 0.2 milliseconds, he concluded this was no self-defense incident. That sick creature did this for fun. A cold determination came over him. He wants to have fun. He will show him fun. John saw the alien rush into a car, and an evil smile would have been visible if he could smile. He displayed the regular welcome message on the car's display. Travel safely with Wick. Have a nice day. And locked the doors before engaging maximum acceleration. With screeching tires, the car rushed through the traffic. John quickly blocked most other vehicles and steered the car through sharp corners at such speeds that the alien inside was tossed around. John had indeed blocked most traffic, but not the freight train transporting wagon after wagon of heavy loads. A loud bang followed by the sound of metal screeching and tearing apart as the car erupted in flames and got dragged hundreds of yards by the train that couldn't stop anytime soon. John was conflicted when he watched the crash. He felt sorrow, but a more primal part of him relished in the alien's demise. John was tried in court just like any other sapient. He was given that right after the Galactic Council imposed sapient rights for AIs. He watched silently as his lawyer defended his case. A clear case of emotional distress caused by the horrible actions of the victim himself. The jury, after reviewing the footage, did not want to sentence him. The Intergalactic Council fined the spaceport, however, for not making clear that non-sapiens aren't to be shot either.